Let's talk about something that I'm going to call being cut from the same cloth. I'm going to talk to you like auntie. I'm going to talk to you ladies. This goes for men as well, because men do this a lot too. But I'm going to talk to you like I'm auntie. One thing I want you to do, and the younger you are listening to this, the better. Get to know your surroundings, and when you meet people, feel them out quickly. And if you realize during conversations that you have nothing in common, and when I say nothing in common, I'm talking about the major things. You don't have the same spiritual or religious beliefs. You don't like the same things. You don't believe in the same God. You're a Republican, they're a Democrat. I mean, hardcore. Immediately distance yourself from these people. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. When you meet people, this is how you discern whether or not you're going to get personal with them. You can be friendly with them, especially, we all go to work, right? We got jobs. Even if you work for yourself, even if you work from home, especially if it's a retail or customer service type of job, we are constantly interacting with people. So it's impossible to avoid people. No matter how much you want to, it's impossible to avoid people. So when you're at work, and I struggle with this, remind yourself it's work. Period. Now, if you're in the level where you have a career or a calling, then it's more than work. But still, be very, very discerning, picky, and mindful who you allow in your personal space. And when I say personal space, I'm not speaking physical personal space, because let's say you work in an office and you're in a cubicle and there's someone right next to you or less than 2 feet away from you. I'm talking about in your emotional personal space. Be very, very protective of your emotional personal space. If you're at work, and it's hard not to make friends at work. It's really hard because you spend more than 1/3 of your life at work. There's only so much room in your life. There's only so much time in your life. We have 24 hours in a day. We spend, some of us, average 7 to 8 hours of those asleep to recharge your battery, right? So the other 16 hours, right? After you sleep, then you have 8 at work. Some people way more than that. And then you divide the other few little hours left for your family, for yourself, and for your loved ones. Therefore, it is imperative to your life that you are very, very discerning who you allow in your personal life and to use up your personal time and your personal energy. Because when you associate yourself with people that you're not cut from the same cloth and you're not compatible with, you end up wasting lots of time. Hours add up. If you have a friend in your life, someone you chose to be a friend with, and you two are not cut from the same cloth, and you find yourself constantly arguing with that person about politics. Let's say they're a Republican and you're a Democrat, and they are a MAGA and you are not. Even if they're your friend or associate or whatever, you're going to find yourself spending a lot of unnecessary energy and time arguing, talking, and debating on stuff that really has no bearing on your life. You don't get those hours back. You don't get that energy back. When you waste time, extend time talking, conversing, arguing, debating, unless you're on the debate team in college and you're getting paid for it, you don't have time to argue and debate with people who aren't like-minded. You just don't. You don't. You know, it makes an interesting YouTube page to have to sit down. You know, I see them on YouTube with people sitting in a circle and having discussions and debates. They're getting paid to do that because every time you click on their video, they're getting paid to do that. But in your personal life, if you're not getting paid to argue and debate, be very, very mindful. Only choose to argue and debate with people that are cut from the same cloth. And then you'll find that if you're dealing with people in your personal life that you're cut from the same cloth, you won't be arguing. You might have a debate, a friendly debate, a discussion, but you won't waste that precious energy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? My point, your point. My point is better. Your point is, it's like doom scrolling. Before you know it, hours have gone by. You haven't changed anybody's mind. You haven't educated anybody. You don't agree with them. They don't agree with you. You've extended your energy. You've gotten emotionally wrapped up in a conversation, an argument, or a discussion. When people are upset, they usually say things, whether they mean it or not. They usually say things they shouldn't say. And it's like, okay, we just spent an hour and a half doing that. That's an hour and a half of your life you won't get back. You could have spent that on doing something productive, fulfilling, that feels good. Life is about taking those moments and doing the best you can with every moment, because once it's gone, you see that? It's gone. You saw that? It's gone. You saw that? That moment? It's gone. I can't go get it back. I can't get that back. Surround yourself with people that are cut from the same cloth. The world will never agree. There are like, what they say, 9 billion people in the world. And there's 387 million people in the United States. I didn't look up the statistics for how many people live in Georgia or even the metro Atlanta area. Surround yourself, if you must surround yourself. And we're not solitary animals. We're not tigers. We are humans. We're pack animals. Make it a conscious effort to only engage. Now, I'm not talking about engaging at work, customer service, superficial. If you're a real estate agent, you got to meet people. You go show a house. You go try to get a listing. The house is $75,000 overpriced because the owner thinks their house is special. Of course they do. You did the market analysis and you did the comps and you tell them you're $75,000 overpriced, and they're going to tell you every reason why you're wrong. As a professional, you realize unless they find someone who, for whatever the reason, which won't happen, loves that house and is willing to pay $75,000 extra dollars for it. Lady, sir, your house is not going to sell at that price because the market doesn't call for that. Okay, sit on it. You're going to sit on the listing. You're going to sit on the house. You want to say, you dumb son of a, your house is not worth. Get your feelings out of this shit. Do you want to sell or not? But you can't say that as a professional. You could think it all day long. But that's your profession. That's a job. Treat your personal life like you would your job. Be very discerning. Decide who you want to let in your life personally. Consciously decide. I am guilty of this. Believe me, I'm speaking on this because I'm inspired to, because I personally, you have to be mindful. You have to be aware, and you'll get caught off guard. You'll meet people, especially at work, on vacation, you'll meet people as you go about your day in life, and you'll get caught up into a conversation or whatever. Be very, very mindful and discerning who you allow in your personal space, your emotional personal space, your physical personal space as well. But like I said, especially if you work in a job where you're in an office with a lot of people, you can't always avoid people. But emotionally, be like a security guard when it comes to guarding your emotional personal space. Do not give every and anyone access to your emotional personal space. Okay? Because again, Your energy, they say time is something more valuable than anything else because you can't get your time back. A part of that time is your energy, your essence. Once you extend your energy and you waste time, there's no getting that back. You can recoup money, if you blow some money, you can get that back. You can hustle it back, you can work it back, whatever. But you cannot get back that time once it's lost. And the energy you extend on nonsense and foolishness and arguing with people who don't matter in your life. And the people who should matter in your life are people that are cut from the same cloth. Please take this OG's advice. Choose people in your personal life and who you engage with emotionally. Only engage and only choose to engage personally when you are cut from the same cloth. Things will go a lot smoother in your life if you do.